Okay, it's Coach Carl here, back with another video on the Footy Tutor YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you a behind the scenes look at the 2026 Magicup Tournament hosted in Disney, Florida. I'll be making a breakdown of my team's performance and giving an overall review of my thoughts on the tournament. I'll also be giving a quick peek into the time our boys had experiencing the magic of Disney. Got a great video in store for you guys today. I know you're gonna love this one.
Don't stop, Noodles! Don't stop, Noodles! Thank you! Have a go! Sorry, Kelvin! Just force him one way, there he goes. Good. Take your time. There you go. Don't force him back. Good. Catch it. Take your time. Take your time. Shiloh. Keep your feet, Shiloh. Take your time. Keep your feet, Giovanni. Well done, son. Well done.
You're an idiot. Now you're an idiot.
Ready, fellas? Look up, everybody. Look up. Look up. Don't look down. Look up. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, boys. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, just finished day 3 here in Florida at the Magicup experience. Honestly, it was a quite tiring experience, I'm not even gonna lie. So, one big thing that they wanted to do with this initiative was to give some of these boys the opportunity of, you know, some of their lifetimes to be able to go to all the different Disney parks. We were, you know, very well taken care of, but what that meant was that we had a very packed schedule in terms of some quite early mornings and in some cases some quite late nights, trying to work around the schedule to play football and also get the opportunity to take in all the amazing features that Disney has to offer. But yeah, in terms of the professionalism of, you know, things running to time, making sure that we had access to everything that we could need as like a coaching staff, in terms of the players, the facilities, amazing. Outside of that, absolutely stoked to be able to get this opportunity, and I feel like the boys grew so much. In terms of the boys' performances themselves, the way how the tournament was structured was that you had kind of a, you know, a round robin at the beginning. Based on how well you played, you were then split into 2 different brackets. One was like, let's call it the elite, and one was the, let's call it silver. And so our first day in that round robin was the most competitive, I would say. On that day, it was quite frustrating for me because in terms of our physical ability, you could see that the boys could hang, if you want to say that. But in terms of the technical ability and IQ, these other teams were on different levels, and they should be, because they're training every single day in world-class facilities. The boys that we brought here aren't necessarily a team, aren't necessarily an academy. They're select boys from a lot of different clubs. We didn't have an extensive amount of time to prepare for the tournament, so we did the best that we could within the parameters of what we were given. And I would say, objectively looking at that, the boys did well. For me, I tried to remain as calm as possible and keep perspective on the fact that you cannot fix a player, you can't make a player in one drill, in one tournament. And so I gave, you know, some specific pointers, some specific actions that I wanted to see the players take on, and some information that I wanted them to take on throughout the period. And I would say holistically, the boys made an effort. You could see that there was the effort there, on top of the fact that these boys were tired from not being exposed to playing at this level, games consistently. You're playing, 3 games per day on some days, and then you're going to Disney Park, potentially not sleeping. There's all this buzz, all this energy. By the end, they were really like dragging their feet across the line, and I don't even necessarily use that as a criticism to them whatsoever. It's just, it was a lot. Like, I'm feeling it as well, and so it's a learning lesson for them in terms of how important it is to pay attention to those details if you're going to be competing day in, day out at this kind of level. For us, it was major growth, but it was also amazing to see the level of some of these players. I think the players that really stood out to me were the Brazilians. They have so much personality from such a young age. They don't need to be told what to do, when to go get it, that type of stuff. It's really, really beautiful to watch. Another thing that came up for me was the difference in approach, difference in styles developmentally that different clubs and different countries take. I think it's quite a big debate in what I see online anyway, in terms of, from a very young age, are you developing individual players with high individual talent, or are you focusing more on style of play, pattern of play, different sequences? And it was really interesting to see, for instance, the difference between Man City and Chelsea, where Man City was, from what I saw, a lot more focused on style and pattern of play, whilst Chelsea, it was clear that their North Star is just creating incredible individual talent and then putting them on the field, giving them the license to really express themselves. So that was really cool to see, not just the level of talent that these boys have at 10, 11, 12 years old, but also the difference in approach with the coaching staff, with the teams, in terms of how they try to bring that talent out and put these players in a position to thrive. For me, the next level takeaway and learnings is that I need to keep my level high with the standard that I set for my trainings and my players in Barbados. I think this came at a really good time for me, because I was getting to a point where I started to question, am I being a little bit too hard on my players? Am I expecting a little bit too much? Is it fair on them to every single day try to ask them to give more and more? Should I lay off, just let them have a little bit more fun? And this was the refreshing reminder to me that, hey, there's so many more levels that you can continue to push these boys to, that is almost unfair for you not to keep exposing them to the information, holding them to that high level, and expecting, for me as a coach, to continue pushing the level as much as I can. The other big takeaway for me is that it's just so clear that without the proper facilities, it's going to be hard to impossible for any player coming out of Barbados to be able to compete at this level. A lot of these boys, things like weight of pass, being able to just receive balls of certain speed, it's just tough for them because they don't get the chance to play on the proper surfaces to be able to practice proper techniques. And so I think that the easiest way to fix this, and I've always felt this way, is to move away from 11v11, especially in the younger age groups. And we need to have more futsal facilities. We need to have more indoor. These players should be playing a lot more 7v7, understanding the basic fundamentals of the game, having really good individual personal technique, and understanding how to manipulate space in terms of defense, in terms of offense, in terms of that type of stuff. It was just clear, for instance, that the Brazilians understood that, I think, to the best level. And I know that in Brazil, from what I've read, they do a lot of futsal at the junior level. So for them, this was really, really well suited, because the fields were smaller, goals were smaller, it was a lot more tight spaces. So if you have that futsal background, if you've played a lot of that type of football, you're able to really express yourself in a way that players that have only played big field might not. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. If you've watched until this point, thank you so much for the support. The biggest thing is just showcasing what I'm learning and really just showing the journey that I'm on towards trying to become my best self, trying to elevate the level of football in Barbados, and trying to work with the best level of athletes that I can. With all of that said, your support goes such a long way in helping me to be able to reach more people and helping me to be able to create more opportunities. So if there's anything that you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to work on it. Xavier, you got anything to tell the people? You got nothing to tell the people, Xavier? Xavier, this is going on YouTube. Millions of people gonna see this, Xavier.
For real?
Yes. You ain't got nothing to tell them?
Look out for me.
Might want to look out for you. What position you used to play?
Position I play.
What position you used to play?
I play multiple.
Exactly. So say you used to play multiple, so you used to play everywhere. What's your favorite position? Right back? For real? Interesting. I didn't know that. News to me. Football aside, The initiative to have these boys, some of who have never left the country, to come and experience the magic that is Disney is one of the big upsides of this tournament. Speaking to some other coaches, this was one thing that they really wanted to keep central, allowing the boys to be in a stress-free environment and just really enjoy themselves at this age. For a lot of elite aspiring footballers, it can be easy to see football as a job from the age of 12, 13, 14. There's so much time, energy, money invested into you, and it's such a big commitment that you have to make by yourself. This makes it easy to lose track of the fact that, hey, you're still a kid, you're still growing, you're still learning. There's still so much of the world to explore outside football. And for me, as this was my first time seeing Disney as an adult, I get the hype and I understand why, if you can be afforded the opportunity to do this as a kid, it's something that every kid can appreciate and cherish. I just want to say thank you so much to Disney, the Magic Cup team, as well as all of our supporters. The Sandy Lane Trust, Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Chafette, Find the Oasis, and everyone else who banded together resources to make this trip a reality. Exposure is one of the big things that these athletes will need to continue to grow. And this experience, both on and off the pitch, is going to be invaluable to them as they develop into young men. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Coach Carl signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.